Hey, good morning, everyone. Tuesday morning, the 9th of February, 2021. This morning's devotion is a reading from Colossians chapter 3, verse 2, which reads, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." When the COVID vaccine arrived in the country, we celebrated. Then the news was released that this vaccine is not as efficient as what was originally thought, and the despondency set in. We are able to find hope in the gospel of good news by not focusing on the earthly things. So here's a story for you. The cockeyed squid lives in the ocean's twilight zone, where sunlight barely filters through the deep waters. The squid's nickname is a reference to its extremely different eyes. The left eye develops over time to become considerably larger than the right, almost twice as big. Scientists studying the squid have deduced that it uses its right eye, that is the smaller one, to look down into the darker depths. The larger one, that is the left eye, gazes upward toward the sunlight. The squid is an unlikely depiction of what it means to live in our present world and also in the future certainty we await as people who have been raised with Christ. Paul's letter to the Colossians, he insists that we should set our minds on things above because our lives are hidden with Christ in God. As earthly dwellers, awaiting our lives in heaven, we keep a trained eye on what's happening around us in our present reality. But just as the squid's left eye develops over time into one that's larger and more sensitive to what's happening overhead, we too can grow in our awareness of the ways God works in the spiritual realm. We may not have yet fully grasped what it means to be alive in Jesus. But as we look up, our eyes will begin to see it more and more. My dear friends, here's two questions for you. First one is, how can you develop your upward vision? And the second is, how can you set your mind on heavenly things? Ponder those two questions. Go through the scriptures, as Paul writes, set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. May the Lord be with you. May he bless you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.